There comes a moment in every spiritually inclined person's journey when the noise of the world begins to fade. Amidst this quiet, something profound begins to stir within. It's not a gentle whisper, but a powerful and undeniable call, echoing through your being. When you choose to listen, it feels as if the very fabric of your life begins to unravel. But don't be alarmed. This is your soul finally speaking. It is calling you toward truth and transformation, and while the path may feel uncomfortable or even painful, it holds the key to a more authentic and fulfilling life. Together, let's explore the 6 harsh yet liberating realities that emerge when your soul begins to speak. Each one is a stepping stone on the journey to your awakening. The Shattering of Illusions. The first reality is the shattering of illusions, a moment so profound it feels as if the ground beneath you has crumbled. From childhood, society instills within us a blueprint for happiness and success. We're told to strive for stability, a respectable job, a home to call our own, material possessions, and social approval. These are presented as the pillars of a fulfilling life, and we often chase them without question. But when your soul begins to speak, it reveals the fragility of these constructs. Suddenly, the things you once valued feel hollow, as if they were never truly yours. It's as though you've awakened from a dream, only to find that the life you've built was designed to meet others' expectations, not the desires of your soul. This realization is deeply unsettling. It forces you to confront the possibility that much of your life has been shaped by external influences rather than your own truth. The disillusionment can be painful, even paralyzing. You may grieve the loss of a version of yourself that was once so certain. Yet, within this pain lies freedom. By shedding these illusions, you begin to reclaim your authenticity. You start to build a life aligned with your soul's purpose, no longer chasing society's version of success, but your own truth. It takes immense courage to face this reality, but it's the first step toward a life of genuine fulfillment. The Solitude of Authenticity. As you step into your authentic self, you'll encounter the second harsh reality, the solitude of living authentically. When you strip away the layers of who you thought you were, the world around you may no longer feel the same. Friendships that once felt easy may drift apart. Family members may struggle to understand this new version of you. Even relationships you cherished might dissolve as your priorities shift. At first, this solitude feels like a punishment. It's natural to grieve the loss of connection and wonder if living authentically is worth the cost. You may find yourself standing in the midst of change, unsure of who truly supports you or understands your journey. But this solitude is not empty. It's a sacred space. It's a time to turn inward and deepen your relationship with yourself. In the quiet moments of loneliness, you begin to hear your soul more clearly. You rediscover parts of yourself that were buried beneath the expectations of others. Though the loneliness can feel overwhelming, it is temporary. Over time, you will attract people who resonate with your authentic self. Individuals who value depth, honesty, and true connection. Until then, embrace the solitude as a necessary stage of transformation, one that brings you closer to your truth. The ego's struggle for control. One of the most challenging internal battles you'll face is between your ego and your soul. The ego thrives on control and craves external validation. It convinces you that your worth is tied to your accomplishments, your image, and the approval of others. For years, the ego may have dictated your choices, keeping you confined to a life of comfort and predictability. When your soul speaks, it threatens the ego's control. The soul seeks growth, truth, and freedom, values that directly oppose the ego's desire for power and certainty. This creates an intense inner conflict. Doubts, fears, and insecurities rise to the surface as the ego fights to maintain its grip. It will whisper that living authentically is too risky, that you'll fail, or that you'll be rejected. This battle is exhausting, but it's also transformative. As you continue to listen to your soul, the ego's illusions begin to crumble. You start to see its fears for what they are: baseless projections, not truths. With each step you take toward authenticity, the ego's hold weakens and you move closer to a state of inner peace and freedom. The pain of letting go. Listening to your soul requires letting go of everything that no longer aligns with your truth. This includes toxic relationships, outdated habits, limiting beliefs, and even parts of your identity that once defined you. Letting go feels like loss, and with loss comes grief. Sometimes the things you release are obviously harmful, relationships that drain you or beliefs that limit your potential. But often, the hardest things to let go of are those that once brought you joy or comfort. These things no longer resonate with your soul, yet releasing them feels like stepping into an uncertain void. This process can be deeply unsettling, as if the life you once knew is slipping through your fingers. But this is not an ending, it's a clearing. Your soul is creating space for something greater to enter your life, something that aligns more fully with your highest purpose. Though the pain is real, it's also a sign of growth. Trust that each release is preparing you for a new beginning, one that is more authentic and fulfilling than what you're leaving behind. Confronting deep-seated fears. When your soul speaks, it shines a light on your deepest fears, fears you've buried in the shadows of your subconscious. These fears may include the fear of failure, rejection, abandonment, or even the fear of your own success. At first, facing these fears feels overwhelming. They may be tied to past experiences or traumas that you've avoided for years. Yet, your soul brings them to the surface not to punish you, but to free you. These fears are chains that have held your soul captive, and confronting them is the only way to break free. While the process is uncomfortable, it's also empowering. Each fear you face loses its power, revealing itself as an illusion created by the ego. Your soul will never ask you to face more than you are capable of handling. Trust in your strength and know that overcoming these fears will unlock a profound sense of freedom and peace. The weight of awareness. The final reality is the weight of awareness. Once your soul has spoken, you can no longer return to ignorance. You are now deeply aware of your purpose, your truth, and the interconnectedness of all things. With this awareness comes a responsibility to live authentically. You can no longer make choices that go against your soul, even when those choices are difficult or unpopular. This responsibility can feel heavy at times, as if you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. But this awareness is also a gift. It allows you to live a life of meaning, purpose, and spiritual fulfillment. Though the path is not always easy, it is infinitely rewarding. The more you align with your soul's truth, the more joy, freedom, and inner peace you will experience. The 6 realities your soul reveals are not obstacles, but stepping stones on your journey to awakening. Each challenge is an invitation to grow, to shed what no longer serves you, and to step into the fullness of who you truly are. Remember, you are not alone. Every soul on this path encounters these truths. Embrace them, share your story, and take heart in knowing that you are being guided toward a life of authenticity and purpose. Thank you for listening. If this resonated with you, share your experiences in the comments, and let's continue this journey together. Welcome to your awakening.